And now, through the magic of the Cybernet Space Cube, the computer-enhanced podcast of the future, Transformers Slag Podcast. What's up, everybody? How we all doing this Saturday night? It's a cold Saturday night. This is the Transformers Slag Podcast Saturday Night live stream main event. I am your host, Proto Man. I am the face that runs this place. I am the voice you hear Monday to Friday, and it is Saturday, and we're going to be talking the robots in disguise. We got some new toys to talk about that were revealed today. We have some giveaways for the holiday season to the YouTube members and the Patreon people. We've been doing this for the past 2 weeks now. I think Bigum mentioned that he got his Ferrac in the mail. I'm getting a whole bunch of updates from Windows, excuse me. We have some stuff that we got in the P.O. box from Mikey and Louie, so we're going to be opening up some presents to live. Hopefully it's not a bomb. I don't know. We will see. We got a lot of stuff. We can take some super chats from the fans. A lot of cool stuff going on. So let's just enjoy this Saturday night and celebrate with your loved ones and everything in our world. So, but before that, who's in the chat today? We got Mayoral Fabrication. What's up? We're gonna have a lot of YouTube members. We've been gifted a whole bunch of them. Mike Prime 21, Brainstorm 2002, Will Murphy, T-Formers 2002, Talib, Patrick Brown, J.R. Mina from the Philippines, Rudy Mack, one of our winners too, who won, I think, the first week he won something, Rudy. I don't remember who won what. I apologize with that. Like I actually have the list in front of me for one of my mods, John, to make sure that the same people don't win again. That's the only thing we have here. So I think Rudy Mack was another one that won, but I don't know what he won. Patrick Brown, Jake, Ylag Y, James Hopkins, Bigum. There you are, Bigum. You won the Ferrac, you said. There you go. Ferrac. Good old Simon Furman creation, I believe it was. Chuck Erickson joins the Minicon recruits. Welcome, Chuck, to the YouTube membership. David Cabal, what's up, David? Somkiat, Modutron. Everyone's logging in now. It's going to be a busy one tonight. Hope I don't miss nobody. So then, let's get into it, shall we? We got some news we're going to cover. And then, there's Aaron. Aaron, you're here early. Aaron, what happened? No live stream yesterday? Was looking forward to a live stream yesterday. Ninjatron's here. Larry's here. Fawnheart. Everyone's piling in. Transformatics. If I miss anybody, I apologize. It's a lot to cover. So let's get into it. What do we got? So we got Swapticons. We knew about these listings already. Just now we kind of have a better idea of what these are. So the Walmart listing for the Swapticons it sounds like, and I liked in the comments of my segment that I talked about it, people mentioned something that really resonated afterwards with me. It was like, yeah, the Micromaster combiners, those like half-halves, like it could be like Micromaster combiners. You know, there's kind of this suggestion that it's two characters that have a very similar alt mode. And as a result of that, they share an alt mode because they're two characters that historically have had that same kind of thing. So again, like the Optimus and the Ultra Magnus, two Mack trucks with flat ends, the Hot Rod and the Bumblebee. You know, Bumblebee at some point had a more of a muscle car kind of design to him in the later half of his career. And so Hot Rod kind of shares that with him. Cheetor and Tigatron, yeah, they're two different kinds of big cats, but they're still big cats. So maybe one half will be Stripes and the other half will be Spots. Who knows? You know, Starscream and Thundercracker, two F-15 jets, the Megatron and the Shockwave. This could go either way. It's probably going to be more two tanks. You know, and I could go on and on. The big one out of that is we're going to be getting a Clench, which we haven't seen since UK G1 1992. You know, so that's crazy. I mean, you could count a Bakon exclusive, I guess, that we got in between that. But like to get a brand new Clench mold in retail in some shape or form. So That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. So we don't know much else about that. Just there's Walmart listings now, so it means that at some point this stuff is probably going to start showing up. Probably a Q1 2025 product filler to Gap there. And yeah, I'm interested. It's probably going to be a very gimmick based line, but at the same time, this is a good place to put some trademarks. Hey, we're not going to be doing anything with, Tigatron. We're not doing anything with Tigatron for the next 4 years. Where do we put him? We got to put him somewhere. Hey, Swapticons, Cheetor, Swapticons, Hot Rod, even. Maybe they don't want to do anything with, they don't want to do anything with Hot Rod. Put him there. Put a Swapticon. So check these out. We're going to see more about them in the near future. The Dynamite trading card set. We finally got the full list of all the characters that are available. These will be hitting Walmart's, Targets. Check your trading card sections of your mass retail as well as your trading card stores are probably getting boxes of these already. The 40th anniversary Dynamite trading card sets have now come out. And luckily, we have a shot here. I'll probably blow it up here for you guys one moment of the checklist. So we have here now, like, confirmed who is in this set. And pretty much if you see doubles of the same names, it's because one is a toy version of the character, the other is a box art version of the character. So you have guys like obviously like the Optimus Prime, the Bumblebees, the Ironhides, the Jazzes, but you also have some unexpected season 3 kind of characters. Blur is in there, Springer, Hot Rod's in there. I didn't even expect Hot Rod to be in there. You have connecting art, which is based off of original G1 box art from the back of the box, all kinds of special cards. And of course, we even got to see for the first time the brand new, unique, first time used Bob Budiansky art here. You see the Optimus Prime, the Mirage, the Megatron. So brand new art too, done by Bob Budiansky for this set. We have some commentary cards from Simon Furman talking about some of his favorite characters. There's all kinds of crazy insert cards, sketch cards, signed cards. It's all out there. If you're a trading card guy like me, this is always exciting stuff. So check that out. That is available right now in your local stores. Pretty cool stuff. Then speaking of found in local stores, a Case F for 2025 has leaked out, and I believe it's Mexico. The Transformers, the Hot Wheels collector of T Hunted managed to get a case of 2025 Case F, and inside it is the 2025 lineup of Hot Wheels, and it's going to have a standalone 1/64 scale Optimus Prime for $1.87, which is always great. They get nice cheap die-cast Transformers. So that's going to be available very soon. We now have a nice, beautiful image of how the card back's going to look and what to look for in retail when you're going through the pegs to find your Optimus. And again, on the top right there, I just included with this slide here, just to compare to the track fleet version. So you could see again, different hue of blue, different mags on them. Just little things. The smokestacks are silver on the track fleet. This one here has black. Again, the difference is the track fleet is more expensive, comes with the trailer, so there's more paint put on it in some areas, but it is what it is. Main line usually is a little more liberal, I guess is the best way to put it, with their where they put everything. So it is what it is, but check it out. That should be showing up in 2025. And if you're someone who goes to your Walmarts or your Targets or even your Toys R Us's here in Canada early and you crack the cases open before even the employees get to it, look for Case F 2025 to know if Optimus was there. The only thing I can't confirm is how many per case. I know in the case of like the mainline Bumblebee, he was 2 per case, which is pretty standard. I know it sounds like, oh my God, that's not a lot, but it's pretty standard. And usually they get like multiple cases. So, you might have, I mean, I don't want to like scare people. You might have like 6 Optimus Primes per store, maybe 7 to 8. So we'll try to get you more info on that in the future because this Hot Wheels stuff is hard to find. I've been checking every single week and I have still found zero. So maybe I just have a really crazy Hot Wheels collector community here in Montreal, but really tough time finding that Bumblebee, let me tell you, and the Track Fleet Optimus. Then, of course, this is the big news of today. Let's pop a video from Evan.
Hi, Transformer fans! Continuing our reveal train that we have going on so far. Right now I have Bone Crusher and Scrapper with me, and I feel like we should probably show you the next two Constructicons. So, happy to show you all the next big Commander 2-pack that we have, which is Long Haul and Hook. I'm just going to plop these guys in front. So, obviously, we are now 4 members into our Constructicon team. Here is the lovely box that it will come in. These guys form the main body with everybody, as you can see over here. So, Long Haul's trailer is what ends up forming the waist. That was how we were able to keep him relatively the same scale and size as everybody else. They have elbow articulation, they come with their blasters. Super fun thing. They also come with a lot of the extra kibble. Anybody who's had a G1 Devastator knows this guy is like kibble mania, right? So his breastplate pieces do still come off and can attach to Scrapper to kind of form like his original like G1 toy look from back in the day. But you guys probably want to see how they're looking combined. So obviously Scavenger and Mixmaster that we haven't revealed just yet are still grayed out because they're our grown model, but just wanted to give you guys an early first look at how Devastator's coming together. But yeah, please stay tuned. These guys will be up for pre-order early 2025. But yeah, have a good one.
So, yeah. Thank you, Evan, for that video. And here we have it, our next Commander Class 2-pack, continuing our Studio Series 86 Devastator. We got that of Hook and Long Haul, and you could clearly see how they're padding it out kind of to be able to make sense of that Commander Class price point, and also how you're going to deal with a lot of that kibble that is Devastator, because that's just kind of the reality. I mean, it's something where do you put all those parts? And clearly, Shogo Hasui was able to figure out a way to kind of put together those pieces, make some kind of a trailer that Long Haul could pull. It's kind of cool. I saw some images of people online. They're suggesting it also could kind of be a double homage to Overload, the movie version of Devastator. How there was a Long Haul kind of like long flatbed truck character, and it's kind of like a version of that. But at the end of the day, hey, it's no surprise. I mean, that's just how it is. It's Devastator. He's very different from all the other combiner teams. It's just how it is. That construction robo team that came from Diaclone all those years ago was completely engineered in a whole different kind of concept than all that Scramble City stuff that came afterwards. You know, the Superions, the Bruticus's, the Defensors, the Computrons, the Menasors. I could go on and on. Even getting a little bit, even it kind of deviated a little bit. Even the Seacons with the Target Master modes and stuff too. But you know, very different kind of rollout and planning. So Devastator here, you know, his visual, how Fluro Deary did his animation model. It's something that you know, you could just, you know, you just got to kind of understand how this turned out and how it is. I'm not trying to make excuses for it. It's just something where I can't imagine how they could have done it any other way without like having crazy kibble hanging off of like these characters to like bake in those combiner elements. It just can't be done. So I think it's cool. At the same time, also really like my Combiner Wars one. That's huge. And it's one of these things that the sad thing, and I constantly say this all the time when it comes to combiners, is I love the engineering. I love the effort that's put into the individual robot modes, but we are so guilty of ultimately in the end, when we have them on our display, they're in combined mode and they kind of just stay like that permanently. So while I appreciate the, you know, the making of the trailer mode for long haul, you know, the robot modes that look pretty good, the effort to keep it all in scale with each other, you know, all the little extra bells and whistles and all the deep cuts, but at the same time, it's like, it's just going to be in Devastator mode at the end of the day. And I just hope that he looks good. I hope he looks good. I hope he looks good next to Menasor. And I hope that when Superion is complete, that he looks good next to him too. And we just kind of keep that cohesion. If anything, I just hope that when they get around to like, let's say something like Predaking, that we get like, you know, he'll be a little bigger than the others or something. At least that's what I kind of hope. But I'm pretty sure Predaking will be handled differently too, because he's also kind of outside of that Scramble City thing. So we'll see what happens with that in the future. But again, Evan, awesome stuff. Thank you for dropping that video today and giving us a little taste of something before the New Year's is over. And that's it more or less for the news. There's one last thing I'm going to cover at the end. So we're going to do sponsorship. We're going to be doing a giveaway today. We're going to be doing present opening today. And we'll be taking super chats from the fans because we got a lot of people here. John is going to have his work cut out for him because we have over 150 YouTube members that are registered. So I'm pretty sure at least, even if we get 50% of that playing today, it's going to be pretty crazy. So yeah, great stuff, great stuff. So let's just what we'll do is we'll do sponsorship first. We'll actually, yeah, you know what? We'll do sponsorship first. We'll do the giveaway. We'll do some of the present opening, and then we'll announce the winner, and then we'll take super chats, and we have a super chat right now from Alden Tolber. Imagine if the Constructicons had normal jobs. Well, their normal jobs would be construction work, wouldn't it? I don't know. I don't know. The problem with the Constructicons is none of them have really individual personalities that could define stuff, and that's always been kind of, you know, a negative with a lot of those Decepticon combiner teams. Like, you could look at stuff like First Aid or Streetwise, or even like when you look at, Defensor, not Defensor, the aerial bots, they all kind of have individual personalities. Maybe not so much the smaller robots. Air Raid's kind of unique, and so is Silverbolt. But then when you look at, like, let's say, you know, anyone on Computron is probably guilty of that too. Actually, I take it back. Maybe it's kind of half-half because Computron really doesn't have personality in individual designs. But then you look at like Bruticus, like Swindle. It's all about Swindle. I mean, it was Derek Wyatt's favorite character because he was so unique. So, but then you look at like the Menasor limbs, and there's nothing really unique about them. So unfortunately, Devastator suffers from that, where it's almost like it's such a unit in itself that you don't have enough time or screen time or minutes to focus on the individual characters. Although again, maybe I'm just biased. I love Defensor, and he always kind of had a little bit of something something. Yeah, Slingshot had a little bit of a personality. They have like Daredevil, scared of heights character, stuff like that. um Archer Monster. I want a yellow version of Devastator. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. A G2 Devastator. To be fair, Aaron, during the Combiner Wars era, we didn't get a G2 Devastator, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. We'll see what happens. You got your Tonkanator, which is kind of our yellow version for now, so you'll have to stick with that. Find that in retail on sale. But so let's do again. Thank you, Alden, for the super chat. Let's do some good stuff here. We got Symbiote Studios. Ugh. Good old Hot Rod checking next to Tahu over here today. And then, of course, you got the Slag Podcast Plush, Symbiote Studios plush pins and t-shirts. Rocking the Optimus catnip today. Go check those out. Great holiday gifts for everybody, the whole crew there. There is a whole bunch of more of these coming for Wave 10 in 2025. I already was shown the prototypes. Very exciting stuff coming in 2025, so stay tuned for that. And of course, all the other Hasbro related ones. Again, if you're a pony person, I'm not a pony person, but if you're a pony person, you should be loving what they're doing right now because they have a lot of My Little Pony stuff they've been rolling out. I will tell you something. When I was at San Diego Comic-Con, you know, I saw their San Diego Comic-Con exclusive that they were selling, and I'm like, man, the here, let me bust out the SDCC Transformer one. I was like, this thing is gonna sell out no problem. Like sludge, pop-up eyes, yeah, this thing is gonna sell out no problem. And it did, you know, and it did. But I was like, oh, I don't know about the pony community. Like, are they gonna? Oh my god, they were crazy. What was it? It was Magical Trixie, I think it was called. It was like one with like a witch's hat. Man, they were crazy. So enough respect to the pony people. They love their My Little Pony, especially that friendship is magic stuff. So they went pretty crazy for it. The pins sold out. Everything was great. Everything was fantastic. Shout out to you guys, man. And of course, let's talk the Toy Armada. We have a brand new segment that dropped just over the past couple of days. We have here, oh, we got another super chat. We got a $1 super chat. Oh, not even any words. Anyways, thank you, Steve the Viacon. Thank you. Just thank you for the super chat. Just say something, you know. I'll gladly give you a shout out. But yeah, so Toy Armada with Aaron Archer, we put a brand new segment out. So go check out that channel, the Toy Armada with Aaron Archer. We do some deep dive into some Energon stuff. You know what's funny? We decided to do the deep dive on these two characters, Scorponok and Ironhide, specifically because we kind of did a impromptu voting during Aaron's live stream. I think it was 2 weeks ago I did it, where I said, who would you guys like us to talk about? And I tabulated the voting, and these two guys got like first and second place. And obviously, third and fourth place, we're going to save for a future kind of thing. But it's something where then people were pointing out, and it's true, I didn't realize until after we recorded it, like, yeah, these two guys were also rivals in Superlink or Galaxy, not Galaxy Force, or in Energon in the show. So it's kind of funny how that worked out. Again, really great segment, good behind the scenes stuff, good takes on how these characters were put together. You know, why did we never see any more Ironhide afterwards? What happened with that? So a lot of cool stuff. Go check it out. Good quick segment, awesome things. And then of course we got Aaron's book that is out right now. So if you go to archermonster.com/shop, you can get the brand new art book, 36 full color pages, and you can get it signed. You can get something drawn in there for an extra 15. You know, a lot of good stuff. If you don't want to pick it up in person, excuse me, not in person, on the website, Aaron will be at TFCon LA next year, March the 7th to the 9th. Again, the computer today with the security settings. What's going on? March 7th to the 9th. And yeah, you can pick it up in person if Aaron doesn't forget it. Aaron, don't forget it this time. Um, I'm just playing with your brother. And of course, we got some brand new well, these are the other Posca paintings. Aaron has some more Posca paintings on his channel, his website. Go check those out. Here's the new ones that he posted just over the past couple of days. Look at that kicker, man. That's really good. That kicker is based off of the intro from Superlink. So that's pretty awesome. Love that one. And then, of course, the Skybite. We got a Swindle there. We got a Demolisher. We got a Wheeljack. We got a Sideways. Got a Thrust. Great stuff. Great stuff. All of these at archermonster.com/shop. And if you are the more discerning collector, you could also get the high-end museum level paintings that are beautifully done on the website. Again, check out the different tabs, all the different stuff that are available on the shop part of the website. Check the left column to activate the tab of your viewing, and good stuff for all. Good stuff for all. And thank you for sponsoring this video, Symbiote Studios and Hasbro. And go check out the Toy Armada with Aaron Archer after you're done listening to my stupidity. So here we go. Oh, here, Steve. What did you say here, Steve? What would you think of a shattered glass Devastator? Well, that's the thing. Like Shattered Glass Devastator, that's medical Devastator. It's the white and the reds. It would be cool just because we haven't gotten one officially yet. But man, talk about an investment. Like it's I always say if the base model is already people like budgeting, like, ooh, I really want to get that Devastator, but they have the budget to kind of do that. Then when you start like getting further away from that with the G2s and those colors and stuff like that, the Shattered Glass, the SGs, and you go like, ooh, are people budgeting for that? And again, like, they'd have to do like a box set. They're not going to do individual releases like what they're doing here with Commanders. And then how much is that box set going to be? Are people going to pay that? That's where it gets tough. That's probably the primary reason why we didn't get another Titan class repaint of the original Devastator. Yeah, we got the SDCC version with the variation and the Takara version with the variation, but it still was traditional Devastator colors. So it's something where, as much as I would love it, at the same time, from a business standpoint, how many units are getting sold of something like that? You know, it really tough one. Really, really tough one. Mayoral Fabrication, Devastator in movie colors. See, same thing. Like that movie Devastator. Like, and when I point up there, I'm pointing at Mr. Original Big Devastator that we had back in 2006. Excuse me, in 2009 for Revenge of the Fallen. That thing shelf warmed. I remember seeing walls of it at Walmart. And then one day, boom, it all disappeared. And I don't know where it went. I don't know what happened, but I ended up getting it years later in a trade from some guy who didn't want it, and of course, obviously we would get a better one later on through Studio Series, but it's tough when you have these big items and you have these ideas of repaints. I mean, they're great ideas, but it's like, does it make sense in the ecosystem and the budget that people have for their wallet? It's really tough with stuff like that where we look at like Triptychon. Where's our Gigastorm? We look at like Fortress Maximus, and we go, where's our Grand Maximuses? Where's our Brave Maximuses? We got Grand Max through Takara a little bit, even though that one didn't sell very well. But it's a tough one. It's a tough one. It's something where it's so much easier to do like 10 repaints of a deluxe than to really figure out would people want the second repaint of a Titan, or a Commander in this. Actually, it's kind of in that Titan price point because you have one Commander class set, another Commander class set, and then two individual deluxes. So when you really, put the budget together, it's actually more expensive than what's going to be our current Commanders with Star Convoy. So you're squeezing a lot of money out of that wallet. You really are for people. Hey, you going to buy Shattered Glass colors? Why don't we ask Hasbro how the Shattered Glass line did, the recent one, and then that might give them confidence if they want to do Shattered Glass or not. I think, and I've said this before, actions speak louder than words. When a line doesn't continue, it probably did okay at best. At best. At best. You know? Yeah, it'd be about $200. Geez. We're trying to go away from that. So, $200 for the obscure repaint. Hmm. That's where we need, like Mayoral said, Collector Club, BotCon. We need that era where they could take those risks. But it is what it is. But thank you for the super chat, Steve. Very good one. So we're going to do the giveaway. Oops, not that slide. We're going to do the giveaway. Before that, maybe we'll open up just one. So I got a whole bunch of stuff in the mail from Mikey and Louie. Talib says there no one is asking for an orange KB Devi. Hey, well, there you go. Exactly. Um, so we got a whole bunch of these in the mail with Baby Yoda on it. I don't know what's in these, so I figure we're going to open up a few of these all throughout the stream. I'll open up one right now, just for the heck of it. I don't know what it is. Oh, well then, is that what I think it is? Oh, it is Party Wallop, which is ironic because didn't we just give away a Party Wallop? Didn't we give away a Party Wallop? I think we did last week. Well then, we'll have another addition to the crew here. Thank you, Mikey and Louie, for our little Transformer Ninja Turtle. Very, very cool. The Party Wallop. Awesome stuff. We're going to have tons of paper here. Swish. Yeah, that's a Party Wallop. Thank you, Mikey and Louie. Did we give away one last week? I don't know. I lose track of all the stuff we were giving away. We gave away like $400 of stuff last week. So he wasn't on there? Okay. I don't I only have the list in front of me of who won. I don't have the list of what was attached to those winnings, unfortunately. So John, are you ready? So this is gonna be I think I'm gonna have to talk to Mikey and Louie. I think this might be our last giveaway for the year. I also might be traveling next week, so I don't know if we'll have a Saturday, which Aaron, by the way, if I don't do Saturday next week, maybe you could fill in if you want, for that Saturday. But either way, so we're going to be doing some giveaways. So, first of all, how the giveaway works is I ask a question, the beautiful green names there. Just answer the question, just put the answer with your name. If you are a Patreon member, put your Patreon name first and then your answer so that John could then cross section it. Because some people here who are Patreon members, their name isn't necessarily their Patreon name. So make sure that you put your Patreon name, you know. Aaron, what did you say here? Or Shattered Glass was opportunistic sales for reissue molds. Yeah, totally. Totally that. I mean, look, what do you think all of Bakon was? Bakon existed with the whole aspect of repaints, and then you made an entire universe that's all about repaints, so it just made sense. But yeah, it was a way to use some of those siege molds back then because Shatterglass was all based on Cybertron. So how do you get like a second run out of a lot of designs that are very Cybertronian in origin? It makes sense. It does. You know, it does. It does. It does. Um, I'll answer this before we get into it. JR Mina, have you seen the Mega Man trailer? Yes, I did, and I was a little misty eyed. I was so happy how it turned out. When that music hit, when that like Wily Mega Man 2 Wily stage music hit, go check it out, guys. It's probably the best 4 minutes you will ever watch. And the biggest complaint that everyone had was why was there not more? Um, I saw the Astro Boy movie in 2008 on day one launch because I was such a huge Mega Man fan that I watched the Astro Boy movie. And I loved Astro Boy even as a kid, but I watched the Astro Boy movie just so I could get an idea of what a Mega Man movie could have been in CG. And I love that Astro Boy movie. I understand it gets a little bit away from the source material, and Nicolas Cage being in it was kind of weird too, hearing his voice every so often. But it was a very good movie. I liked it. I liked it. I bought the action figure with the glowing chest. I have it in my manga room. Um, bought some of the McDonald's stuff that they had when they were running. I think it was McDonald's. Was it McDonald's or Burger King? It was one or the other. Um, but yeah, so like this, man, give it to me. Give it to me, man. Give me a Mega Man Netflix series that we take seriously. You know, love it, love it. Oh, and well, Ninjatron, of course, of course. Ninjatron, me and you, we got the same taste. When it comes to the old animes and mangas. So love that movie. Love it, love it, love it. Great movie. But yeah, so let's get into it. So again, first let's do the reveal. Was it McDonald's? It was McDonald's. Yeah, I thought it was McDonald's because I don't picture myself going back to Burger King to get toys. So let's get into it. So here we today the giveaways are we have 4 different items today. So number one, someone's going to be getting a Studio Series Transformers One movie Megatron, a absolutely banger of a figure. Love it. Although the backpack's a little finicky, but otherwise a great figure. We got number two here. We got the 3-pack leader class Star Raiders, where you get 3 different figures with that one. That's the one where you get the Thundertron. You get I believe it was called Calcitron. What was the name of that other one? Calcitron. Then we get the flag there. And then we got a Super 7 prototype Unicron. I don't know. I kind of love this thing. I love it. I bought 2 of these. So I love the prototype Unicron. I need to get another prototype Unicron of the carded one of the original colors. I got to track that down. If anyone has a beat up one, I'll even buy a beat up carded. Like, I just want to have one. Um, and then number 4, this one's really awesome. This is the Matrix of Leadership statue display that doubles as bookends. It actually splits in the middle. And I actually have these too. They're very heavy, they're very big, but they're very cool. So it's this really cool high end statue of the Matrix of Leadership. And yeah, you can kind of, check that out also. So once again, like I said, Patreon members, YouTube members could participate. This is a thank you to the people that have been supporting the podcast all throughout the year. Calcitron, thank you, Mike. And so, like I said, answer the question if you're a YouTube member, which is the green names. If you are a Patreon member, be sure to say your name on Patreon and your answer. And the easy question is, we've shown our 4 different Constructicons right now. Which two do we have left to still be revealed? Let's hear the answers. And I'm just going to go get a drink while you do that. Which 2 have still yet to be revealed? Get some water. Get some water. Hopefully, it's not too much for John today. I hope it's not too tough a question. Last week I thought I asked an easy question and people had a difficult time with that one. But at least we got some answers. Again, I want to give a congratulations to our past winners, Rudy Mack, T Formers 2002, Horned Owl, James Hopkins, Mike Prime 21, Bigum, The End, Time of the End, and Transformatics, who won the past 2 weeks and got some really great stuff in the mail. Which drink, Proto? Brother, I'm always with the water. I'm always with the water. Water, water, water. That's what I always drink. When I eat, I'll have like fruit juices sometimes. I'm not a soda guy. Soda is my social drink at best. If you see me drinking a Coke, it's because I have no choice of anything else. You know? Um, but that's about it really. So it's something where usually I'm a water guy. So that's good. Good. People are actually getting it. I was so worried. Last week I was like, "Oh, it'll be an easy one. It'll be a super easy one. No one will be able to get it." You know? But but this time, it's good stuff. Good stuff. And okay, we'll give it like another, I guess, I don't know. We'll give it another 30 seconds or so, and then we'll switch it over to other stuff. Oh, you got your primal. Awesome. Yeah, it's amazing how quickly they're getting shipped out. I was so worried that because my goal was that when the stuff gets shipped out, hopefully it'll make it before Christmas so everyone gets like a little extra Christmas present or something. And I was so worried that like, oh man, like everything's gonna get delayed. It's totally not gonna happen. And yeah, you know what? Like it happened, yo. It happened, you know? So good stuff. You know what I mean? Everyone was able to get their stuff, so I'm very happy with that. Very, very happy with that. So we'll give it another 15 seconds and then we will close it off. And then we'll leave John to his devices. What's up, Mikey and Louie? Just in time. Just in time. We'll close it off and then we'll let John take his time to sort everything and make sure the patron people are added in and everything's good. Oh, T Formers, you didn't get yours yet. Which one did you win, T Formers? Which one did you win? According to my list here, it says here you were the second one announced, so you got the second choice, but forget what you won. It's hard to remember. There's so many. We get like now we've given away up to 12 different prizes. I think we're easily up to like almost like $1,200 in items we've given away. So great stuff. Great stuff. USPS is amazingly fast. They're super fast. Okay, cool. Cool. It's not like Canada Post, which, by the way, we might as well give an update on that. So, my Patreon people that are waiting for this in the mail, and the other one too, it comes in a 2-pack. It will be shipping out either this week or next week because Canada Post has officially stopped their strike. Thank goodness. Ugh. Anyone who's in Canada knows what I'm talking about. That screwed over with a lot of things. But so these are now shipping out. They were shipped out, but everything got frozen. So hopefully they're now because here's what happened. They went on strike and now everything got backed up. So now they have like a month of mail they have to get through. Um, when I actually went to the post office just yesterday, shout out to Calis, who's my post office guy. Um, he literally told me, he's like, yeah, just to let you know, like I know it says you're gonna get it at X day. Yeah, probably add another week to that. So I'm like, oof, okay. So yeah, it's been pretty bad. It's been pretty bad. T formers, what's going up? I had extremely terrible luck with packages. Always regards who's delivering. Yeah. So it's something where if you are waiting for your TFCon exclusive in the mail, if you're a Patreon supporter, um, don't worry, it's coming. I apologize. I know it being a month late is not professional, but it was totally out of my control. They went on strike and then everything went to a standstill. Anyone who's been buying the exclusives in the past from us when we did the other ones, everything was shipped out right away. This was just something totally out of my control, but it is coming. Don't worry, guys. It's coming. So just giggity. Get ready for it. Oh yeah. But yeah, so let's open up another gift in the meantime. What do we got here? We got a square one here. This one's, what is this? Open this one. What do we got here from Mikey and Louie? What is this? What? Oh, look at this. What is this? Well, it's got some Transformer coinage. What is this? Let me take a look at this closer. I don't have this. 24 karat gold medallions. It says here limited to 1,984. Gee, I wonder what that's supposed to represent. These are very cool. What are these from? What are these? 24 karat gold Transformer medallions. Very, very cool. That is cool. God, where do I probably put that with? I have some Canadian currency that was done with Transformers because of Peter Cullen. That's very cool. I want to open this, but kind of sealed and very cool. Oh, that's cool. Thank you, Mikey and Lily. Very cool. Very, very cool. We'll open up one more. Here's another flat one. This one's almost comic book shaped, but not quite. See what we got here. Yeah, I know his name's Cali. That's his name. What do you want? They call him Cali. They call him Cali. What do we got this one? Oh, what's this? Another oddball item. What is this? Transformers commemorative stamps. See, this is the stuff I like. I like this kind of stuff. I like the weird stuff. What do the stamps look like? I want to see them. How do I open this? Let's see. Stamps. Who are on the stamps? Let's see. Oh wow, that is really cool. Check the and it's got my boy. So you would think, oh, it's gonna be like, 84, 85 guys. Oh, it's got like these 3D little pop-up things. Look, my boy's there. Yeah, yeah. Hot Rod. Then you got on the other side there, you got a Starscream. And it's like these like little 3D pop-ups. And then how do the stamps look? Stamps are in some kind of like envelope here. Let's take a look at that. Let's see how that looks. How do the stamps look? Yeah. Okay, so you got, looks like a Soundwave box art and a Megatron box art. And then you got, who did Soundwave? That wasn't Mark Watts. And you got an Optimus and a Starscream. See, that's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. So Megatron, Starscream, they get stamps and they're featured here. And then Optimus and Soundwave get stamps. Did they make a mistake? Was Hot Rod supposed to be one of the stamps? I mean, I'm not saying because I'm biased or anything, but interesting. Interesting. Very cool though. Very, very cool. I always like these kind of cool tchotchke, stuff. It's got to be Hot Rod. It's always got to be Hot Rod. He's my boy. Let there be a Hot Rod. We got you the good stuff this year. Damn right. It's the great stuff. I love weird stuff like this because when you own like every single figure practically and character, this is the kind of stuff that I always appreciate. Like I remember one year, Mikey and Louie, they just sent me a whole bunch of like cutouts from like the 90s, from old catalogs and stuff from like Generation 2, and I dug that stuff. Oh my God. Bring back the memories. Bring back the memories. Very, very cool. Very cool. I dig that with the little, like just the fact that Hot Rod's there alone makes it up for everything. Very, very cool. It's very awesome. Uh, Look at all this highfalutin merchandise. Yeah, yeah. Let's open up. This one's weird. This one, if I didn't know any better, I'd think it was an arcade machine. Yeah. Or what is it called? The love meter from The Simpsons. It's kind of shaped like that. T-Formers 2. I was speaking of Hot Rod, that Fan Toys Chosen Prime. Yeah, I saw that. For what T-Formers 2002 is talking about. Chosen Prime is taking their Armada Optimus Prime, retooling it, turning it into like an kind of a pseudo Energon Rodimus, and then they're taking the Sparkplug Minicon and kind of making it an homage to Rod. Rod was the red repaint of Sparkplug that was an homage to Hot Rod, because in Japan, all the Minicon repaints of Sparkplug were homages to leaders in the Japanese continuity. So yellow, because Sparkplug in Japan was called Prime, so Optimus Prime, obviously, and so was his green repaint. The blue one was called Atlas for Diatlas. The red one was called Rod for Hot Rod. The orange one was called Chrome for Chrome Dome, because in Japan, Chrome Dome was kind of like, surrogate leader to Fortress Maximus during Headmasters. So very, very cool. Very, very cool. So let's see what this one is. Check this one out. Oh my goodness. It's the socks. It's the socks. The trend. You know what sucks though? You know what sucks? I will never be able to show these off properly. That's the only thing that sucks. But around the house, it'll be fine. But like when I go to cons, you'd never know. Although I don't know how high do they. Oh man, yeah, maybe you could kind of, you could kind of see those. It'd almost be better on Sandy because she usually wears ballerina shoes and stuff, and it'd be a lot easier to see them. Those are very cool though. Although Josh Perez might appreciate. Maybe I'll give him this set because I don't know if Josh has the socks of Bumblebee. He's our local Bumblebee guy. He worked on all the IDW comics. Colorist extraordinaire. We're actually going to be working on another project together very soon. I can't talk about it yet. Um, but yeah, very, very cool. Very cool. I'm going to give Josh these socks if you don't mind, Mikey and Louie. I want to give Josh these ones because he'll appreciate them. He's our Bumblebee dude. Our Bumblebee dude. Yeah, these are nice though. I like the Autobot ones. Very cool. Very cool. We'll save the last one. We have one more left. We'll save the last one for after. Um, knock that out over. Wear the socks with a nice suit. Yeah, you still won't see them though. If I'm wearing a nice suit, you're wearing like, pants that are gonna cover it. That's the thing always like I think the only other pair of gimmicky socks I have was uh when Infinity War came out, there was this like promotion where if you bought like a box of cereal and you sent in 2 UPC codes, you got Thanos socks. So I was like, I gotta get these Thanos socks. So I bought like 2 boxes of like Sugar Crisp or something. I don't remember what cereal it was. I think it was Honeycomb or Sugar Crisp. It's one of the Post cereals. And I was just like, I got to get these Thanos socks. And so it's like the only pair of gimmicky socks I have. Because to me, it's like gimmicky socks are cool, but you're never in a situation where other people could appreciate them. If you go to a convention, when are they going to see your socks? Especially if you're wearing like your nice shoes or something. So they're always tough those. Like all those years, I'd see like Mega Man socks, I'd see Transformer socks, and I'm like, those are so cool, but when are it's like imagine like buying a shirt and it's a shirt that like no one will ever see. Like you always are known for wearing jackets, and as a result, they'll never see the shirt under it. So then what's the point? You know, kind of ironic because usually I wear some kinds of a top or something. But you could always see the shirt at least. But yeah, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. So, Johnny, how we doing with the hold on, let me just message him. How are we doing with the good old winners? Do we have winners? Do we have winners? I want to announce some winners. Wear pants like Steve Urkel. It's funny. Just recently too, I was watching an interview with Steve Urkel. He did a Jason Alexander's podcast, the guy who played George from Seinfeld. He did a really good podcast, just talking about his life after Urkel, and it was quite fascinating. Very good, reflective podcast. Go check that out. I'm a big podcast guy, but I like non-Transformer podcasts. I like listening to like, life related ones, science related ones, wrestling related ones. Just put that in the background, have breakfast. Good stuff. I'm a big podcast guy. I'm not big on visual content, oddly enough. Like I actually don't like podcasts where I have to stare at the screen. I like podcasts where I could just kind of listen to it in the background passively. That's why when I first started this podcast, I kind of didn't have an image element to it because I just kind of went, well, I kind of like it without him. But then it dawned on me it wasn't about the images. It was because I would be talking about stuff that maybe people didn't know what it was, so I had to show it. So, when you have my knowledge, sometimes it could kind of get out of hand. So, uh, T Formers 2002. I always wear jackets or shirts with back detail. What's the dude? 100%. I agree with you. She upstairs loves Uniqlo. And the one thing I hate about Uniqlo clothing, like they'll be like, "Oh my god, we Uniqlo has the Ultraman license or has Godzilla or Dragon Ball." Every single one of Uniqlo's shirt is some little logo, like let's say it's Dragon Ball, right? It'll be like the Dragon Ball, Dragon like 4-star ball, and then like the back will be an elaborate design. Like they did like a Street Fighter one, and I wanted to get their shirts because they were gorgeous. But I was like, what's the point if it's like a little Ryu over here doing a Shoryuken and all the art's on the back, and I'm going to be wearing something like this? It's wasted. So for me, it's useless. And I love what Uniqlo does. A little expensive, in my opinion, but at the same time, I don't buy Uniqlo clothing because 90% of their shirts I can't appreciate, you know? I hate shirts that where it's on the back too, because then I can't even look down and go, oh, that's cool. Oh. I don't know. Not a fan of stuff on the back, you know? Especially you're talking to someone. You don't want to have to do this every time, you know? I hate that. Hate that. Hate that. Timmy Proto tour supposedly get your dress pants tailored into Daisy Dukes. Oh yeah, I'm gonna walk around with Daisy Dukes. I'm sure everyone will appreciate that at the show. Yeah, the Ultraman ones were cool because they based them off of the Rising series. Again, Sandy got them because she liked it. She loves Ultraman. So, but at the same time, to me, I want to be able to have it in the front. I'm always in the front is cool. I have my people who went to TFCon. They saw my famous like retired toy lines jacket, right? And I hate it because it's like I sometimes forget that there's stuff on the back because I can't see it. It's like, oh yeah, I put, Captain Power and Soldiers of the Future or something on the back, you know? Anyways, enough for yapping. Let's yeah, Proto's not a fan of back stuff. Let's put it that way. Giggity. So let's get back to it. So John has the winners. So I'm going to announce them one at a time. When I announce the winner, please say, hey, yo, that you're available. And then you get to pick from one of these, pick the one that you want, and then we eliminate one, and then it goes down from there. We have backups just in case. So please, 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 uh, you cannot complain if you didn't say, hey, yo, because we have to then give it to the next person. So our first winner is YouTube member, according to John. I believe that's a YouTube member. Fawnheart. Fawnheart, are you there? Fawnheart, are you there? Just getting some water too. Fawnheart, give me a Ayo and let me know what you want. What do you want? Let me just make sure I even saw if Fawnheart was still posting. That's what I'm always worried about too. They leave. This guy's talking too much. I'm out of here. You know? I'm out of here. Did I see if Fawnheart posted? Oh, there. Perfect. Fawnheart, what would you like? Pick a number. Perfect. Congratulations, Fawnheart. Congratulations. Just make sure everyone else is here. Yeah. Are they in the bathroom? So, Fawnheart, which one would you like? You get first pick of our beautiful collection there. All kinds of cool stuff. Giving it away to all the peeps. What you buying, stranger? As Mike said. Except you get it for free. Mike got something too, I believe. Mike was also a winner. Take the new car. It's the Price is Right. Number 4, The Matrix. Awesome stuff. I love that one. I have that one upstairs holding my DVD collection on both sides. That thing's heavy though, by the way. So enjoy it with care. Very, very cool. So Fonhart's gonna take number 4. Let's delete that off the list there. Perfecto. Perfecto. Very, very cool. Next one is Anthony Chavez. I believe a YouTube member. John, that's a YouTube member. Are you there? Are you there? Oh, it's gonna be Orlando Chavez. Oh, Orlando Chavez. Did I say Anthony Chavez? Orlando Chavez. There we go. Orlando Chavez. My bad. John sent me Anthony, and then he changed his mind. Orlando's. It's not my fault. It's John's fault. It's Johnny boy. I don't want to throw you under the bus, John. I'm just reading what's sent to me here. Orlando Chavez. Let me know if you're there. If not, we have to move on to the next one. There he is. Very good, Orlando. So what would you like, my man? Which one is on the chopping block for you? So you have a choice of Megatron, Thundertron, or Unicron. Or Unicron. Which one do you want, my man? I gotta send it off right away. Number 2, he's taking the Thundertron. Alrighty. Oh, John, I see where your mistake was. Okay. So the next one is and by the way, congratulations, Orlando Chavez, and enjoy your Thundertron 3-pack. The next one is a Patreon member. I see where you mixed up stuff here. Anthony Chico. Anthony Chico, Patreon member. Anthony Chico, Patreon member. I see what you did there, John. That's where you mixed it up. It's a number 2 everywhere. Transform and flush out. Anthony Chico, let me know if you are there. Hey, there's Anthony Chico. Congratulations, my man. So do you want the Unicron or the Megatron? And I'll make a note. Unicron or the Megatron? I mean, I like that Unicron. I mean, I love what Super 7 does. Just their prices are what kills me. But when it's free, hey, you can't complain. Can't complain with that one. This is the most exciting part of the podcast, me waiting for answers. He wants the Megatron. He wants the Megatron. And the last winner is a Patreon member, Decepticitty. Is that Micah? Decepticitty. You get a Unicron. Are you there, Decepticitty? Patreon member. Decepticitty. Mad D16, yo. It's true, eh? I'm done with you. I believe he's going to win an Annie Award, or he's been nominated for one for the Annie Awards. There's Decepticitty. So, Decepticitty, I'll mark you down for Unicron. You get that awesome prototype Unicron. Very cool figure. I love that thing. I'll be honest with you, like, out of everything here, that's the one I was probably the most excited about in terms of getting. But I'm weird. Again, when you have everything, it's the weird stuff that you kind of appreciate. So very, very cool. So we're going to have those all shipped out to everyone ASAP. Please, again, contact me if you're a patron. Contact me through Patreon and send me your shipping address. If you are a YouTube member, I suggest Twitter or Instagram to contact me. And be sure to have your credentials to prove that you are you. Patreon, you don't have to worry about it because if you're doing it through Patreon, no one else has access to your stuff. So thanks again for once again another great giveaway, and Mikey and Louie and everything, and Bid Studios. And maybe we'll do more in the future. We will see. We'll see. I have to see how my schedule is. I'll talk to Mikey and Louie. We'll see. But very, very, very cool. Very cool. So then, we're just gonna open up how much time we got left. Oh, we still got like a good 50 minutes or so. We're gonna open it up to some super chats for the rest of the evening, and we'll just chill for this because this is the last live stream until we have Christmas. So we're gonna open up the very last package here from the crew of Mikey and Louie and you. Ooh, I'm very bad at opening presents. This one's a miscellaneous brown box. Okay. What is it, BCW? The BCW? Usually BCW does the trading card boxes. Actually, I'll be honest with you, that's a really good box. That's a good box for tall boy trading cards. I'll say this right now. I think this box is going to get some use too. So what do we got in the box? Let's open it up. What do we got? Whoa. Ah, Funko Pop. Uh, Funko Pop. I'm looking over there because there's all the other Funko Pops. Funko Pop. At least it's Shockwave. At least it's Shockwave. What's this one? 2021 Summer Convention Limited Edition. At least it's Shockwave. What else do we got in here? I'll look at the other stuff. Here. Hey, Funko collectors. Are you used to doing this? Did I just ruin the value? You know what? You know what? To be fair, if anyone is meant to be a Funko Pop, it's Shockwave. He's got that beady eye. Oh, it's actually articulated. This shows how much I know about Funko Pops. Oh, it's actually articulated. Has the arms are no. You know what? Hey, it doesn't look too bad. I'll be honest with you. It works for Shockwave. If this was not in a Funko Pop box, this would be like a Japanese SD Shockwave figure. Whoa! Did someone just gift a whole bunch of? Oh, Mr. Tankies, are you out of your mind? 50 gifts again, bro. Oh boy, this is my life. Mr. Tankies, you're a legend, man. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Well, it looks like a whole bunch of people are going to be YouTube members. Look at all of that. Jeez. Jeez. Another 50. How much are we up to now? We up to like 200 new YouTube members over the past couple of weeks, thanks to Mr. Tankies? That is crazy. No, this is actually not too bad. I'll be honest. I'll be honest with you. You know me, I'm going to rag on the Funko Pops. Because, I mean, look at the others. Look at the others. You know? Look at the Optimus, the Bumblebee with those beady eyes. You know, Soundwave gets away with it, and Jazz gets away with it because they got a visor. Oh, look at that. That went in the way there. Funny how that happened, eh? Yeah, where's put Optimus there? That's how you should do an SD. It's going to pop up again any moment because we have so many people. There we go. No matter the cost. There we go. But yeah, this one actually doesn't look too bad. And of course, I opened them because I don't care. And I'm going to say this again. If you want to send me a Funko Pop, I never got that NFT Hot Rod one. So if you're going to send me one Funko Pop, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I don't know how much that thing goes for, but, you know. Summer convention. So what? This was like a con exclusive, this one? Is that how you got it? Oh, well, I ruined its value by opening it. Not that I care. So what else have we got in this box here? There's a lot of other little thingies in here. What do we got in here? We got a little Bowser Jr. Super Mario. I believe that's the 4-inch collection. A little Goomba. Got a Bullet Bill. Bullet Bill is awesome. We got a Toadette. This is all the 4-inch collection from World of Nintendo. We got a little red Koopa Troopa in a pose there. Got Cat Toad from, I believe that was Bowser's Fury. We got a little this one here. This I think this is the Jack, not the Jax one. What was the company that had the trademark before? Because this is a different style, but this is the Daisy. I wish I could see it in the light. It doesn't show the trademark. And we got a beautiful Wendy Koopa, 3-inch edition. Very cool. And then we got Hot Rod Repaint Blackjack. That's where it's at. Look at that one. Very cool. That's definitely awesome. Love it. Thank you guys. Thank you. At least the Mario stuff is always appreciated. Always appreciate the Mario stuff. Very, very cool. Very cool. And actually, the Shockwave isn't too bad. I'll give it to you. If there's going to be a Funko Pop that makes sense, it's the same thing. And I always tell people, Google Funko Pop Kool-Aid Man. That, like, I found we were at like a garage sale, and someone had the Kool-Aid Man Funko Pop like out of the box, and I was like, oh, that's a cool figure. And then I flipped it over and it said Funko Pop, and I was like, what? This is a fun, but because it looked so nice, you know. Aaron Archer is a YouTube member. That is hilarious. Aaron, what are you doing? Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. You're a YouTube member. And yet somehow Ninjatron still isn't a YouTube member. We've had already 200 random sprinklings, and still somehow Ninjatron still doesn't get it. Toy Armada, some dude named Orson. Does both accounts have it? Are you serious? The Toy Armada account is also a YouTube member? That is hilarious. Yeah, Funko Pop Batman. Again, if it's something that has like the beady eyes and it kind of has that same shape, it makes sense. It works. Like the only like Funko that I really own that I bought like voluntarily outside of like the Proto Man and the Bret Hart was they had like these like articulated basketball ones that they did. So I have like the Larry Bird, and it has like his mustache from like his first 2 years of playing basketball and his like mullet from back in the day. A lot of people when they think of Larry Bird, they think of like the Super Bowl commercials and stuff where he has his crew cut and he got rid of his mustache. He was in the Space Jam movie playing playing golf with Bill Murray, so they're not usually familiar with that look of Larry Bird. But like this was like one of the few Funko products that I voluntarily purchased because it's not a Funko Pop. It's more of a cool articulated figure. And you don't have many basketball figures. Like you have starters lineup from like the 90s and stuff, but you don't have a lot of really good basketball figures outside of what McFarlane was doing. And those are more statues if anything. So cool articulated basketball figures, sure. Awesome, you know. So I bought that. That's a Funko item. And then they did a Son of Zorn figure, which I bought, but that was part of their Savage series. So those are cool. We're gonna just have a whole bunch of these, all week. Oh my goodness. We're gonna keep having this. Again, thank you, Mr. Tanky. A lot of people are gonna appreciate that. The one that I didn't like, Ninjatron, they did Ultraman ones. They were ugly. Ugly. If they actually looked nice, I would have bought like the Ultra 7, or like the Taro. But they were so ugly. Because they had like the Ultraman eye and then they put the beady eye right in the center. It looked so weird. Looked so weird. Mikey and Louie, not only did we surprise him with a Funko yet again, he actually likes this one. It's a Christmas miracle. No, this one looks cool. Because again, like, what's Shockwave? Like, this looks like a Shockwave figure, you know? So it works. It kind of looks nice. Like, where's, hold on. They did a line. One sec. I don't even know. I think this was for the 30th anniversary. Maybe Aaron remembers these. because these were like for the Thrilling 30. They did these like little tiny PVC figures. Like, I mean, look, it's kind of in that same, vibe. You know what I mean? It's a little SD figure. Like, he gets away with it. He doesn't. And there's the finger I'm using. He gets away with it, you know? So, and this was like a Thrilling 30 product. Never had an official name. What did they call these? Because I remember they were blind packed at one point, and then they were sold on a blister, and they were just like Transformers, you know? They never really had a name. Very cool, though. Thank you, Mikey and Louie. Don't send me Funkos, please. Guys, please, 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 please save your money. If you want to send me the Hot Rod Funko, go right ahead because I need that one for the Hot Rod display. It's the only Hot Rod I'm really missing outside of some crazy like statues and stuff. Um, but please, other Funkos, save your money. Save your money. Donate it to the kids. Although donating Funkos to children might not be doing a good deed. You might get a lump of coal for that. Ninjatron, yes, the Ultraman Funkos are kind of gross. Yeah, see, Simpsons too. Like, again, the ones that I feel is the absolute worst. I've said it before on the podcast. So here's the thing. In South Park, right? In South Park, Canadians have beady eyes, right? So Canadians are known for having the beady eyes in South Park. When they did the Funko South Park figures, all of the kids had the beady eyes. So are Funko Pop characters of the South Park characters all Canadian now? Is like Cartman now Canadian? Is Stan now Canadian? Like Funko Pop didn't even realize the in-lore ramifications of beady eyes on their characters. So what a stupid line. What a stupid, stupid line. Either way. Either way, I'm ranting too much about Funko Pops. Look what you guys did. Where's our new giant Primus toy? Dude, I feel if you asked me what should be the next Haslab item, I think Cybertron is would be that's what I would want, you know? That's what I would want, man. I want a I want a big planet Cybertron that transforms into a Don Figueroa design. That's what I want, man. And I'm sure a lot of people would like it too. Now, would it reach the backing? That's hard to say. That's hard to say. But I will say this, in a world where Star Convoy exists, Star Optimus Prime, and how we saw that come out in the face of what we have as our commander classes against what our Haslabs are, I think that to get more, I don't want to say trust, but honesty and transparency, if you do Primus, at least you're doing a Haslab item that couldn't exist in retail. If you do another, mid-range leader class kind of Japanese G1 character, you probably know it could also be done as the current Titan class because of Star Convoy. So it's something that like I just feel it would make sense. Look, 2025 is technically the 40th anniversary of Transformers in Japan because they got it in 85, So you could play out that angle. I again, there's just this part of me that's just like, yeah, but Proto, how many people would back it? Because Unicron was dubious. I still stand by this day. I don't think Unicron got properly backed. I think there was some fudging of the numbers. That's just me, conspiracy theorist, but I still to this day feel like it didn't get properly backed. And if Unicron didn't get properly backed, the biggest transformer of them all ended up becoming the biggest transformer of them all and still didn't get properly backed. How much does Cybertron have a chance? And would Cybertron do well and Primus do well based on FOMO now that Haslab is a thing? Because maybe Unicron was just growing pains. Maybe because he was the first Haslab and people weren't used to the idea of Haslabs. But at the same time, if Primus drops and he's a $499 item, a $500 item, or like a $550, well, how much was Unicron? Was he? Because I mean, I don't remember how much he cost because at the end of the day, I just bought him and he ended up being like $1,000 Canadian when everything was said and done, and I had to live with that. And let's just say I had to live with that. Thank God for Mikey and Louie's upgrade kit that gives you 2 of them, so but I think he was like 500, was he 499 or 599? Either way, like if he's like a $499 item, you know, 575, jeez. So let's assume we take away 75 bucks because now you don't have the rings and you just have like the bulk planet itself, which is what Primus would be. So let's say he's a $500 item. How many people, be honest, guys, how many people are turning up for that and paying $500 for Primus? You know, how many people are turning up for that? You know, that's a tough one. I would, but I'm crazy. And I have that extra income aside for these big FOMO items. Although knowing Hasbro, they'll probably just send me one, like the last couple. Thank you, Nate. But you know, the point is that, or I think it was actually BMAC that took care of me. But it's something where geez, it's a tough one. See, like, look, see, T-Former says I would. Motortron, it would be difficult. Ashnud, easy pass. Other people saying not for me. People's, yeah, see, probably it's a tough one. It's something where even the most hardcore Transformer fans are like, ugh, that's a lot of cheese you gotta fucking, nah, nah, nah. That's a lot, man. So it's a tough one. It's a real tough one. You know, I would try somehow. Well, it's something where people are gonna have to take a second job. Yeah, we'll see extras. I imagine it could come with the Omega Lock, aka the chip square, as it was called, couple of planet keys, and the planet keys could be like selling points for some of our other, Cybertron related adjacent characters that have them, just like how we got a planet key with Cannonball, you know. So it's like, okay, you could include some planet keys. Again, I'm just gonna reach over. I could turn the camera, but no one's gonna see the old. I wonder if the battery still works. Let me get a pen. Here we go. Moment of truth. Does this over 20-year-old one work? Oh, no, it still works. There's that Hasbro technology, people. All those years, it still works. But the old chip square, the old Omega Lock, and most of these, I believe, yeah, these are all the American ones. I think I didn't put the Japanese ones, but put him back. But they'll include that. Again, I would like to continue the tradition of including a few MicroMasters as a bonus. So maybe who would be cool to include as a MicroMaster as a bonus? Now we got Hot Rod, now we got I don't know, who didn't we do? Who didn't we do from Siege? Hmm. I don't know, maybe some of the other MicroMaster combiners. I don't know, just to include them as like little extra bonuses on the side. It'd be fun, you know? It's amazing. That thing still works after 20 years. That's crazy. That's crazy. And Joshua, thank Mr. Tankies who gifted you the membership. He's the one who gifted it to everybody. So thank you, Mr. Tankies. 50 memberships. Fantastic. 50 memberships. Titan Scorponok. They'd have to do it again. You know, that's something where I think we're going to probably see Scorponok maybe used in other trademarks before we see it being used for a G1 version. I mean, in all honesty, and I agree, Mikey and Louie always made this suggestion. If we had another G1 Scorponok, do a smaller version that's like the comic book version from the Marvel books. That was like the Simon Furman one that's a little shorter, so it could interact with your figures, like your deluxes. So I could kind of see that, or even like a Voyager scale, you know? Whiskey Shreds. Yes, you're green now, sir, with a Bumblebee next to you. And if you stay on as a member, you could unlock the other icons next to your names. Moonbase 1 and 2. Very good, Modutron. Yeah, for sure. Have those transformable. Have them as like little dead ends almost. You don't have to make them too complicated. Moonbase 1 and 2 as bonuses. You know, that's true. Make a new small Rodimus in gold. Yeah, so you could have Primus. Take the Micromaster Primus that the Micromaster hot rod that we got and do it in gold, and now you got Primus. That's another good one. T-Formers 2002. That's why I'm always surprised they don't just do gold Rodimuses. You get an easy Primus out of them every single time now. Ever since that first lucky draw, that's kind of like, hey, there you go. There's a standard right there. You could follow up. You know. So a lot of there's a lot of extras that could be put there, but it is again something where, extras and all that, but who's showing up? That's the big problem. Who's showing up? Who is going to be paying for it? What is it going to be? Like, is it going to be 500? Is it going to be 600? You know, that's where it gets tough, man. And it's like, yeah, I'm going to pay it, but I never use myself as an example of the masses. I don't. Like, my purchasing power and state of mind is too business, and it's too, it's a whole different thing. The mainstream audience have a completely different outlook on it. And I just can't imagine them showing up. That's the problem. I want it, but I don't think other people will. It's something where the what was Unicron needed like 8,000 backers when you really did it at the end of the day. It's like he needed like 8,000 people to back it to make it cross the finish line. And I don't think he got that. And because he didn't get that, I don't think Primus will get that 8,000. I really don't, you know? And it's true, Modutron, you're right. Inflation's another thing. It's probably going to be $600, you know? That's true. And T-Formers 2002, yeah, you're right. Probably inflation will be factored in. I don't know. Again, that's what I want. That's what I want because I feel every other idea is not big enough to justify a Haslab. Oh, what if they do Road Caesar? Do it as a retail product. Oh, what if they do Lio Kaiser? Do it as a retail product. I worked on the Lio Kaiser bios for Combiner Wars. Yeah, it was pre-existing molds and some repaints here and there, but it shows that it could be done in retail. It could be done. It was a box set, so I don't know. I just I hate it going behind a wall where people won't be able to get access to it because there's the tax, as I call it, the Haslab tax. Here's an item that we could charge 149.99, but we're going to put the Haslab tax on it. Now it's 179.99. Oh, but Proto, it comes with extra stuff. Do you really care about a stand? Do you really care about a throne that's going to add another $20 to it and take more space in the box? Do you really care about a box? Well, it's not there, but like a box that's like all foiled up and nice and it's all like fancy the box with inlays and trays and stuff like that you're just going to take out the figure and throw the box in your closet to never be seen ever again. Where if it would have came in a brown box like Unicron came in a brown box. That's all he came in. And that box, anyone who owns Unicron, that box is probably sitting in your crawl space. It isn't mine, you know? Like, you don't care about a fancy box as long as your item is in the highest quality condition. Fancy boxes are for retail. That's what I stand by it. If it's a retail product, it has to have a fancy box with a cross sell and say what's going on and multiple languages. But when it's a item that's not meant for retail, it could look like this. When it's a collector item, it could look like this. And that's what it should be. You know, I appreciate a nice box. Don't get me wrong when it's an homage. Best example being this. This isn't a retail product, but it's trying to homage the past and everything. But at the same time, if you would have told me, "Oh, hey, that foil trimming and all that foil like, presses and the embroidery and all the nice and everything and all that indentations. Yeah, if we didn't put any of that on the box, you would have saved $30. Do that instead. Give me a brown box for that source and save me 30 bucks. You know? That's how I would be. Totally. I'm done with box. Yeah, exactly. You know how many people are just recycling that stuff? You know, just going back to the earth. At least that's what we believe. You know. So to me, it's like, Unicron. Imagine, imagine if that Unicron box, that washing machine sized Unicron box. Imagine if that thing was done in the same way that the Star Saber and the Deathsaurus were, where they covered that box head to toe all over with like foils and like beautiful paint and everything, like a beautiful box for Unicron. They would have added an extra $100 to it because that would have been crazy. There's not a box of that size on the planet that would ever look that nice. There is not a Maytag washing machine or a fridge that has a sexy box like that big. But Unicron would have had that. Are you crazy? They don't waste their time with something that big. At that point, it serves a function. It's a corrugated piece of cardboard to make sure it ships properly. That's it. That's it. The instructions were bad. I don't They weren't too bad. They weren't too. Mind you, they sent me a sample, so I don't know if the instructions were the same ones that might have came with the final version, but probably did come with the same thing. But it's I didn't have too much of a problem transforming them, but I don't know. Maybe because I own the originals, so you can't even see them. But and the box would have been damaged too. Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's like, what's the point? If one corner gets like banged really badly, then at the end of the day, it doesn't make a difference. Mike and Louie, we use the Unicron box to hold other boxes. Yeah. You like your boxes? Well, how about we put boxes in your boxes? A little bit of a Pimp My Ride reference. Boxception. A meme before a meme. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I've always been like, when it's a product that isn't going to sit on a shelf, I'm very like, why are we spending all this money on that? It doesn't like all like what they were doing. You could barely see them. Here's two of them here. What they were doing with the Generation Selects, give me more of that. You know, I never feel bad throwing out a Generation Selects box. The box doesn't look nice. There's no unique art on it, at least before now there is, but back then there wasn't. You know, give me more of that. And that was something that was direct to market at the time. You order it from Hasbro, in Hasbro Pulse, it ends up at your door. Yeah, there was some Gen Selects that were showing up at Toys R Us here in Canada and GameStop, but that was really not supposed to be the case. But to me, if it's not going to be in retail, why are you spending the extra money to have a high gloss box, to have all of this? Have it be corrugated cardboard, have it as cheap as possible, and then hopefully, put that savings towards your customer. I know that usually doesn't happen, but let's be real, you know? I mean, let's be real too. Put that saving towards you if you need to, because I'm very curious what the Q4 is going to be coming off of the holidays. As someone who just came from Toys R Us today, if it's not Lego, I don't know what's selling, man. If it is not Lego, like, I was in line and buying presents, not nothing for myself. Um, I was in line, and if it wasn't people buying Lego, I don't know what people were buying that weekend. You know, not looking good. Not looking good for all toy brands. Like the GI Joe section is all in clearance. The Super 7 stuff, because Toys R Us has a Super 7 section, all in clearance. Um, all the D&D stuff was in clearance. The Beyblade stuff, 50% of it was in clearance, except for that one that I wanted of Kai. Kai has that special Beyblade X version. I kind of want that one from old school Beyblade. That wasn't on sale. A lot of the Marvel stuff was on sale. A lot of the Transformers stuff was on sale. All the Rise of the Beast stuff is still on mega clearance. The Earthspark stuff's on mega clearance. So I'm very curious what Q4 is going to be for all the toy companies, not just Hasbro, but Mattel and a lot of them. I'm really curious how it's going to be. Lizard Sphere X, yeah, Target and Walmart's are cleared out of their Lego. Yeah, Lego. I will say this: I'm not a big Lego guy. I'm very picky and choosy with Lego. My boy over here, some Spyrius here and there. The lady upstairs, she's the big Lego person, not me. I'm actually not that big into it, but I can't deny Lego is easily the winner of the holiday season because that's all I was seeing. I was standing in line with. I almost said the names. I don't want to spoil just in case of people listening are. But I was standing in line with the presents, and I'm looking at the other people, and everyone was holding Lego stuff, big sets, Star Wars, Jurassic Park. The Art and Senna one that they put out, and all the Lego Speed stuff. You know, so like to me, it's like man, oh man. That seems to be like the winner for this year in a lot of ways. Where like Transformer stuff, man, I'm very curious. I am very curious how it's going to do. But at the same time, I didn't see Barbie. I didn't see GI Joe. I didn't see Marvel. I didn't see Star Wars. I didn't see like X-Men or D&D. I didn't see Super Mario toys. I didn't see Sonic the Hedgehog toys. I didn't see Ninja Turtle toys. I didn't see Beyblade toys. I didn't see any of those being held. I did see some Pokemon. To be fair, I did see some of the Pokemon toys and the plushes. They had those squishimals, marshmallows, whatever they're called there. Um, but I saw a lot of Lego. Every person I felt was like holding a Lego product, you know? See, and look at everyone what they're saying here. Look, see, Ashnud, 90% of gifts are both from my wife and son or Lego. Yeah, there's something going on there, you know? There's something going on. There's something, like clearly that's like the go-to. Where are we at here? Blockies are better than Lego. Well, Blockies are really good. Blockies are a good community experience. That's what I like about Blockies. We have the Mega Blocky Masters of the Universe collection, though. Well, there's the Blocky Saint Seiya stuff that's coming. I believe what else are they do? They're doing Muppets. They're doing like the Muppets Blockies. Those are looking really cool. You know, D.W. Brown. Let's be real. If people were buying dolls, they'd be going after the ones for Wicked. The Wicked dolls. Those got pulled. I actually tried to find those just to see if they were actually available here in Canada. Um, no, they got pulled. They got pulled completely. If they even were there at all, I couldn't find them because I was hearing people are buying them to flip them because of their secondary market value. So I was kind of curious. I was like, hmm, you know, let's see. But no, I didn't see it at all. James Hobson, Legos are expensive and overpriced. Well, I do agree with you there. The one thing that I saw, and yeah, I know Lego purists will argue the quality is different, but when I saw when Creo was a thing, because I was buying Creo. When Creo existed, I was like, wow, you could get like this big ass Creo set, and you get like 4 minifigs, and you get this Devastator combiner and all this stuff, and it was like 49.99, and then something that had like half the pieces and one minifig was $70 from Lego. And so I was just like, and yeah, okay, one is made in Korea, one's made in Denmark. There's different stuff going on there. They're able to, there's different pricing. Maybe the plastic qualities are different, so you could argue the resilience of it. But I saw firsthand just the big price discrepancy between the two companies. I'm pretty sure maybe Mega has the same story, like Mega, who does Mega Blocks and stuff, Mega Builds, whatever they're called. So, um, Lego, where are we at here? T-Formers 2002, for the longest time, Lego was the second passion behind Transformers, but space and money got in the way and I had to lose the hobby. Oh, that's a shame. Well, if it's your passion, you'll find a way. You'll find a way. Rodimus, they're buying them. Yeah, because I know, yeah, it goes to a special family website. Um, Ninjatron, what are you saying here? Lego costs so much and yet they make you build it yourself. What a ripoff. Well, that's what I call the old Gundam theory, which is like, and I love Gundam, but like, man, Bandai's like, wait a minute. So we could get the customer to build the product for us. They'll they'll take their own money to buy the paint and paint it themselves. They will assemble it, and we could charge pretty much the same cost as if it was like a 6-inch figure that was assembled. I think we could do something here. And then, of course, Bandai went on to make billions of dollars through Gunpla. So it is what it is. And I love Gunpla. Don't get me. I love the experience of it. I love model kits because I love, the snipping, the building, the shaving, the painting. I love the whole process of it. Lego, I built a few kits. Don't get me wrong. And again, Creo, I built tons of kits. Tons and tons of kits. My Lego Optimus actually was built by my wife. I didn't even build that. Like she was the one who did that stuff. So it's something where, I built some Creo kits. Those were fun, but nothing beats a Gunpla experience. I like model kit experiences more. Maybe it's just me. Uh, Proto, have you seen the Chosen Primes fan hobby? Yep, I did. And when it does go up for pre-order, I will try to get one because that looks really cool. I'm not a big third party guy, but that does the weirdness that I like. When third party does stuff that's right on the nose, like just replicating a character that is going to be done at some point, I'm less excited. When they do weird oddball stuff, that always catches my eye more. I'm looking at my third party display right now. It's always been weird stuff. The Super Mario Bluster and Trench, which was done through Diablade. The Machine Wars stuff that we did that was a TFCon exclusive. We did the Prototype RC, the GoBot stuff. Man, that's never gonna happen. The GoBot stuff was cool. You know, that's where it gets my attention. They did a Batman one not too long ago. I ended up selling that one uh, because I was like, one day they'll do Batman. And well, I was right. They're going to do Batman. So I had a feeling they were going to do Batman because Hasbro and Warner Brothers are starting a really good relationship now with stuff. So we will see. We will see. Um, Model kits are so therapeutic. It came from my life from Lego. Well, I like them because, especially when you come from the Gunpla world, when you could take the same kit, the same two kits, right? I wish I had an example nearby. All my Gunpla stuff's in the manga room, but you could take the same two kits and hand it to two people, and they'll be built differently. They'll be assembled more or less the same, but they'll have a different soul to them by how they're built by those two individuals. And then when you start factoring in, paint schemes and how they decide to tackle it, painting it and stuff. I mean, I love to do custom stuff. Give me a Zaku from, a 1 by 144 scale high grade, and I'm going to do it in like blue and red and give it wacky colors. And, you know, you're always going to have fun with that. I love that. You get me a cheap 1 by 144 high grade kit, and we could do some cool stuff. Sprays, do some wacky colors. And those high grade kits, they might cost you like $14, $15, but then you create something that's your own, and then you share it with the community. You go to conventions, you have displays. Like, it's always fun. Always fun. That's why. Proto, have you built some custom Gundam Lego kits? And I don't really do Lego. That's the thing. Like, in all my years of Lego, it's always been Spyrius because I like it because it had like a robot element to it, and I got Spyrius after the fact. I didn't buy it when Spyrius was out when it was brand new back in the 90s. I bought it because I bought a Lego collection. And I was like, oh, now I could finally own Spyrius because I liked that as a kid. But I did like Bionicle, but Bionicle is more like is more blocky than it is Lego. And if you own Bionicle, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So to me, Bionicle is more Gundam than it is Lego. It's more blocky. Like if I had to like really compare, it's more blocky. I hope you don't fall. Ah, he's gonna fall. He's gonna fall. I messed with his foot. There we go. You know? So Bionicle has always been cool to me. Also has cool lore, cool video games, comic books. Like I appreciate also the attached material with Bionicle, and it just so happens to be attached to the Lego brand. Now her upstairs, she effing loves Lego. But not only does she love Lego, she loves any building block stuff. She'll buy bootleg, she'll buy, third party, she'll buy all kinds of stuff. She loves Lego. So that's her world, not mine. So like when we got that Lego Optimus, I left it to her to build it, and she loved it. She loved it. Reese with the super chat for $5. Thank you, Reese, for the $5 super chat. Hey, Proto, what's the likelihood of Transformers and Voltron doing a collab? With all collabs being, I feel that those brands could mesh well. Well, you know, the thing with Voltron is if you did a collab with them, the one problem that you're going to hit is, are those five lions going to individually transform? Because then you're creating a combiner, and then you're creating a combiner that has individual engineering across the lions. Now you could cheap out a little bit. Okay, left and right arm could be the same mold, and then you could get away with that, and they could be core classes, and the legs could be the same mold, and those could be like, yeah, maybe also core classes. They're slightly larger, so I would say maybe deluxes, and then obviously Keith in the middle with the black lion could be like a deluxe class and stuff. So you could kind of maybe do something, but then you end up like, okay, are we in a price point that's in that leader class price point? Historically, uh, collab items have been in that $50 to $70 range. Are we going into $100 range because now it's a deluxe, 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 two cores? We're already almost pushing outside of that leader class price point when we add it all together, unless it's a Voyager in the middle. Are we counting extras? Do we have the Blazing Sword? Does the Blazing Sword have blast effects? Is there electronics? Hopefully not, because that would just add to it. So when you really think deep into it, it's going to be a combiner that's also going to have individual robot modes in a box. Because there's no way in hell you're selling just Princess Alora's Blue Lion on its own separately. You're not doing that. That would be foolish. You're not selling just Keith or, Hunk and his Yellow Lion as a separate piece. That's just stupid. So, and Modutron, one Voyager, two Deluxes, two Core. Yeah, that's how I could see it. But then you have to think about the engineering for each individual. Like the two Deluxes and the two Cores, they're going to share tooling amongst each other. And then, of course, the Keith with the way the head goes. I own the original Voltron toy, so I'm very familiar uh, with the transformation. But I own the original Matchbox one, the Panouche pilot figures, and the Third Dimension, because I actually liked that show as a kid. I don't know why, but I liked it. Voltron, the Third Dimension. They had good pilot figures. I like the figures. The human figure toys were good. Very well done. Probably the best Lance and Keith figure you'll ever get. But yeah, it's something where when you think about like the process of it, it might be a little difficult. If they did something that was just like it's a giant lion, it transforms, it has the Voltron elements, you could get away with that. But the fact that it's going to have all those other pieces involved, that's where it gets a little touchy, you know? Like, yeah, exactly. It's like a commander class price point, and we've yet to have a commander class collaboration item. If we go outside of collaboration, like in terms of like what was done before, yeah, we had some like pricey Disney label items. We had some pricey like, sports label items, which come into that commander class price point. But when collaborative was kind of created, and yeah, okay, Synergex, I'm sure Takara is going to do some crazy stuff with Synergex. But so far, I mean, what was the most expensive collaborative? The Jurassic Park 2-pack with the T-Rex? Was that the most expensive one? Because I think it was the most expensive one because that was a leader and a Voyager. Yeah. Did Sandy get the Lego Voltron? No, she didn't. And you know what her complaint was? And she's totally right. She's like, she would have bought it if they included pilots, like minifig pilots. And she's like, they're so stupid because they could have just made one sculpt for the pilot, like with the helmet, and just repainted it across the five. And she's right, you know? So she didn't want it because it didn't. She's big on like if it has minifigs, you know. If you're gonna do like something, if it has a minifig with it, it it completely. The Blackbird was a repaint leader class, so I don't think the Blackbird was the most expensive. I think it was the Jurassic Park one. I think it was the Rex with the that was the most expensive one, and that one I think was what that was like $99, $100. That one, you know? So you're not even in that commander class price point really yet, you know? Maybe modern commander class now, but at that time they weren't even there yet. Here's a question, sir. What is your favorite Aaron Archer creation? Ooh, that's a tough one. It probably would be something outside of Transformers because Aaron did a lot of toys from my childhood that I really like. Um, Transformer related? I don't know. That that masterpiece Armada Unicron is pretty amazing. That like you had to be around as a Transformer fan to get your first true Unicron toy to appreciate that. That's up there. I don't know that Unicron though. That's pretty tough to top. Uh, and then when you get into like the Batman stuff, I mean, he made the first Huntress figure, the first Harley Quinn. There's some really good ones there. That Batman 100 figure is awesome. I will always love that figure. I have like memories of buying that from Zellers back in the day. So either way. Um, but yeah, I hope that kind of answers it. Yeah, that's some of them. That's a tough one because Aaron did a lot of stuff. Aaron did Pokemon, you know. Aaron did Jesse and James, you know. So like, there's a lot of DNA that we haven't covered on the Toy Armada plug. Um, what are we talking now? Oh, it was just because they were asking Aaron. They were asking, what is my favorite creation that you've done? And I said it's kind of hard to say because you've done a lot of Batman stuff and DC stuff that I really like. So it's not just Transformers, you know. Tonkinator was 110, really? Wow. I don't remember it being that. Mind you, I probably bought it on clearance. 110 for Tonkinator? I think I paid 40. Jeez. Protoman, are you familiar with the band Protomen? Yes, I am. I have their band sticker. I love their songs. They're amazing. They come to Toronto a lot. I'm from Montreal, but when they come to Toronto, I try to catch them. I love their stuff. They do great stuff. Great stuff, Protomen. And the lead singer has an amazing helmet that I wish I could steal. A biker helmet based off of Protoman. I have a racing helmet that's inspired by Protoman, but it doesn't look 100% like Protoman's. He has his crest and everything, but then we put some racing elements on it too, the checkered flag and everything when I customized it. James Hobson, Proto, speaking of crossovers, do you think we will ever do an MP crossover or they're not necessarily interested in that? Well, that's where, like, I mean, that's Synergen X line, right? Where they're doing the crossover with Zoids. I mean, you look at that Zoids Optimus. If you told me that was like a masterpiece level item, I'd kind of believe it, you know? So, like, I mean, masterpiece is where Takara makes a product where they almost don't even think about the budget. They just go like, we're gonna just rock this, you know? And whatever it costs, and then we're just gonna figure it out from there. But I mean, those Synergen X items, what a weird name. Um, they kind of have that same vibe from the Takara side, where it's just kind of like, let's do this, and whatever it takes, you know? And the Zoids one specifically, when you look at it, you're like, that looks like that's something that's in that like masterpiece world. Like it could have existed in that. Motortron Prime, and they have some good music. Oh yeah, Proto Men, incredible stuff. Uh, what was it? Sins of a Father, I think, and that's like my favorite song that is a really good one. Very good band. Them and Cybertron Spree. Those are like two like fan homage bands. Like they're clearly using an IP as their band, you know. And Cybertronian Spree is just those guys are amazing. Those guys are super talented too. I like every single one of them. Incredible. Incredible. Oh my God, we have very little time left. Very little time left. I want to take this moment, guys, before our day is done. Um, one of our one of our kings of our Transformer world, Gary Chalk, is going through a really tough time right now. Um, he recently had a doctor's appointment yesterday, and he was diagnosed with, and I'm not a doctor, so if I mispronounce this, I non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, stage 4. Um, he's going through a really tough time right now. He posted a video on his Facebook. It was really tough to watch. But man, he's going through a really tough time right now. Luckily, according to him, again, I'm not a doctor, but according to Gary, he said because it's not, it's because it's he has Hodgkin's lymphoma, not non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, so it is treatable. He will be taking uh, medication, and he will be going through chemotherapy. So it's stage 4. It's really rough. Um, Gary says that he will be losing his hair as a result of the chemotherapy, and that's tough because he's our Optimus Primal man, and to me especially, like Gary is an amazing human being. He's been to multiple Canadian TF cons long before TF Con was doing the USA circuit. He is a absolute gentleman. He is a extremely talented individual. He would play live music for us at the bar all the time. Google that on YouTube. Gary Chalk playing music at TF Con. Just want to just throw that up there. You know, um, he's a very talented dude, and like he's my Optimus. Like I grew up with G1, don't get me wrong, but I grew up with G1 '86 movie. Yeah, did I watch G2? Yeah, did I catch some season 3 episodes and some reruns of season 2 episodes? Yeah. But Beast Wars, I will stand by it as the greatest thing Transformers has ever done. It always will be. And Gary Chalk is my Optimus, you know? He will always be the best Optimus. And that's me saying that in the face of Peter Cullen, who's a local Montrealer Canadian. Gary Chalk's Canadian too. Yeah, he's Vancouver. Nobody's perfect, West Coast guy. But you know, Sabertron Toys, I'm a Hodgkin's lymphoma survivor. He will make it. Well, Gary said that because it's not non Hodgkin's lymphoma. I am sorry if I am butchering this. I am not a doctor. I am a comic book writer and toy designer, and toy messer with her. I don't know medical stuff. But he says because it's not the nons version, it is treatable. There is pills that he could take. Luckily, because he's Canadian, it doesn't cost him as much. It's all covered by the government. He's going to go through chemo, and hopefully everything will be okay for Gary because he is our shining prize in our Beast Wars world. And I look over at my masterpiece figures where I have both the beast mode and the robot mode because I bought two of them. Well, I got one from Mikey and Louie for the beast mode, and then I have the robot mode that I purchased from. I believe I want to give a shout out to Orson. What was the name of his website? God, is it the Chosen Prime? Is it the Chosen Prime? I think it's also the Chosen Prime. I don't remember. I'm sorry, Orson. I forget all these things, but I sometimes forget more than I remember. But the point is that like, I look at that and I'm like, man, that's my Optimus, you know? So like he put out a video. Go check out Gary Chalk's Facebook page. He put out a video where he did it this like a 13-minute out. And it's a little tough, guys. I just want to warn you, you're probably gonna cry. Um, but he talks about, the same things I talk about every week, which is, keep your family close, care for those people, because when stuff like that comes into your life, man, it makes you reflect. It makes you think. It makes you, you know, it reminds you of your mortality. And yeah, I mean, let's just go through it. Gary was, he was Armada Unicron Trilogy Prime, Captured Prey. Thank you, Albert. Thank you. I'm so sorry, Orson. I'm just not thinking straight right now because of the Gary stuff. But, so that's a tough one. It's a tough watch, guys, but just, go to it, watch the video. It's Gary's channel, so wish him all your prayers and thoughts and everything, man. I mean, God, it's that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Like we've lost a lot of people in the Transformer fandom and stuff, but Gary's a person that I got to know quite well again through the con scene and stuff, and he's always been such a great human being. Could be a little political at times. He loves his politics. I'm kind of the opposite with that. That's the only thing me and Gary don't agree on. Is he's very political. I'm very you're fighting over a bunch of millionaires. Um, but the point is, you know, gosh, like that one hit me a little bit, and he's fine now, but that hit me a little bit, so that's a tough watch, guys, but go wish him his regards and stuff. Like, I wish you well, Big Bot, you know, I wish you well. So I just wanted to kind of end it on that. I didn't want to do it at the top of the pod because then it would just be hovering above us. But, I wish you well, Gary. I know you'll kick out of this. You'll be fine. You got Canadian medical on your side to protect you. So I wish you well. But again, fans, go wish him well on Facebook. Gary Chalk. Uh, he posted the video yesterday, literally at the hospital, to keep us in the know of what's going on. So it's tough stuff. But again, thank you guys for listening to the Transformer Slag podcast. And just like Gary said, and like I say every week, take care of yourself, your friends, your families, your loved ones, and all that great stuff. Life is short, man. And the world, and I say this all the time, the world is filled with so much cool stuff. There's so much cool places, things to do, people to meet. You know, I always say if I lived 100 lifetimes, I would never be able to enjoy all the great stuff that's out there. Oh, what did I eat for dinner? I'll get to that in a moment, guys. Don't worry. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't think of that too. I know you guys should have asked sooner. But yeah, like, just appreciate your family and your loved ones, man. Like the people who treat you well in life, and sometimes they don't have to be blood related, you know? It's the people that treat you well in life. Those are family, you know? Those are the people that you keep close. Those are the people that you have by your side. Those are the people that 5, 10, 20 years from now, they'll still be there. Keep those people close to you. Take care of yourself. This is our last live stream before Christmas. Spend that with those close people in your life. It doesn't matter if you get them presents. Doesn't matter if they get you presents. That stuff doesn't matter. Because you know what the real present is their presence in your life. You know? There's a fire line for you. You know? Like that's where it's at, man. You know? And Gary's going to be with his family and his close friends and everything, going through tough times, but at least he'll have that. And you guys should have the same, you know? That's the most important. And what am I having for dinner? So me and the wife, well, you know what? Not only am I tell you what we're going to have for dinner, we're going to tell you what we're having for Christmas too. So for dinner tonight, I'm having we bought a whole bunch of like Vietnamese sandwiches. They're called bami. I'm butchering it. I speak a whole bunch of languages. I don't speak Vietnamese. I speak broken Vietnamese. Ba mi. So we got a whole bunch of those, and then we got something called Che Ba Mao, which means like three color drink. I absolutely love it. It's like a Vietnamese like dessert drink. It's amazing. It's amazing. If I describe it to you, you're gonna be like, "What?" It sounds disgusting. It's like gelatin with red beans, with coconut milk, with food coloring, with the coconut shavings of the rind inside it. It tastes amazing. I don't normally eat disgusting stuff, but I love it. I'm drooling just thinking about it. Oh, So I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna have the bami with the cheba mao, and then me and Sandy, we always have a tradition. We always go like crazy all out on Christmas, and then we go crazy all out for New Year's. So for Christmas, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get an Adonis chicken. There's this brand here in Canada called Adonis. They make an amazing like barbecue chicken. So we're going to get that. It's very different from your Costco chicken or traditional chicken. So we're going to get an Adonis chicken. We're going to get garlic fries. We're going to get a Dairy Queen like log or something like a Christmas log so we can have like a nice dessert. We're going to get probably like Haagen-Dazs. We go all out. We go crazy. For like Christmas and New Year's, we always go crazy. New Year's, I'm not sure yet. Maybe Chinese. I'm not sure with that one, but we'll figure that. We'll cross that bridge when that comes. But so don't want to make you all hungry before it's all said and done. But take care of yourselves, people. Thank you for all the love and support. You know, we have an amazing community. And Tanky, geez, did you just gift a whole bunch more? Oh my goodness. Did you? Did you just gift a whole bunch more? Holy moly. What are we up to 300 now? Or 250? I don't know. But bro, thank you so much for the love and support too. Everyone, you know what's gonna happen? I think every Ninjatron still didn't get one. What is going on here? What is going on, Dylan? How did you still not get one? This is insane. You know, this is insane. Jeez, Dylan, are you cursed, man? Curse of the Ninja. That's got to be an '80s ninja exploitation movie. Curse of the Ninja. Either way, thank you all for the love and support, people. You know, we have such a great community here together. I mean, the Transformer Slag podcast was like invented to bring proper knowledge of how this hobby works, bring together the community to teach that knowledge and then spread that knowledge. You know, that's what we've always been about, knowledge, educating. When I do a panel with Aaron, it's to do profound thinking, understanding the business. When Aaron does his stuff and we have our convos, you know, like it's the same thing. I wanted to create that kind of community. I hated the ignorance and the kind of toxic communities that existed within the Transformer world. I'm not a big fan of the forums. I'm not a big fan of Twitter in general. I'm not a big fan of Tumblr. I'm not a big fan of all of that. I have to participate in it because that's how you get your word out. But I'm not a big fan of some of the little micro communities and all that craziness. I just want to put it out there, you know? And you guys are amazing. You know, you guys are absolutely amazing. You know, absolutely amazing. Enjoy your holidays, Festivus, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Christmas, whatever it is. Has Festivus passed if you're a Seinfeld person? I think Festivus is the 21st. I don't remember. Festivus for the rest of us. Take care of yourselves. I'm out of here. I'm going to go eat. My stomach's crawling. Me and Shockwave are going to go take a bite. Peace. Take care. I'm out.